So YouTube atheists have got a bad rap more than once here on the YouTubes, and they usually are from the YouTube Christian world, the Muslim world here, the religious groups here on YouTube. I suppose that what really is being sought here, what really the religious groups want to identify, isolate, point out, is a trait that is not uniquely atheist and can be perpetrated in a lot of different situations, and it doesn't have to restrain itself to or restrict itself merely to YouTube. I think what we're dealing with is something much more general than that, much bigger than that. And what I want to do is to introduce this idea, instead of pointing out YouTube users by name and pointing out what I think is wrong with them. I'm going to give you a scenario and leave you with a question. It's kind of a Socratic approach to this. And here's the scenario. You're on a subway in New York City, seated there amidst a crowd of people all packed in tightly, on your way to work or school or wherever. And a single individual on that same car, unbeknownst to you, is a religious nutcase with a bomb strapped to their chest. Further, this individual is laying on the trigger and not completely convinced if he or she should ignite the bomb. They're caught in a dilemma. They're not completely sure if they're going to go through with it. Lastly, that religious nutcase has a smartphone, and the last thing they saw before boarding your subway, and specifically your car, was one of your atheist YouTube videos. The question is, well, I'm talking obviously just to the atheists here who post videos criticizing religion. Question is, how safe would you feel knowing that it was your video that they saw last? How safe are all those innocent people knowing that it was your video that they have fresh in their mind, that's mulling there, or that they're mulling over as their thumb lies on the trigger, that could blow them up, kill himself and you and all those people? For the rest of us, and also the atheists out there, consider other YouTube atheists. And I wonder if you could put in a kind of hierarchy the kinds of videos that you would feel most comfortable with, knowing that that was the last thing they saw, with the videos that you might feel the least comfortable with. And if you can do this, I wonder what kind of criterion you're applying in that situation. Because if you can do that, if you can give me a list of, yeah, you know, his videos, maybe down here, her videos, I really think that we would be safest. I don't know, of course, for certain if it would work. He's a religious nut, after all. You could still blow everyone sky high. But we're not going for the actual outcome. We're going for our own subjective sense of comfort, of safety for ourselves and all the innocents on board. If you can give me a hierarchy, you're admitting, inadvertently maybe, that there is something at work within atheist YouTube videos that are there that, in addition to making the claim that God doesn't exist, or that the Bible is inconsistent, or whatever, it makes another kind of claim that seems to be an appendage to the first, and that is perhaps not as present in some videos as others. To give you a hint, does your video leave you feeling, leave the religious person feeling demeaned, or humiliated or embarrassed or belittled. You see, I'm not supposing that subways explode because of atheist YouTube videos. I would, however, pose to you that the general tendency to belittle or demean or to make fun of is what drives people to confrontational or violent ends. I mean, my God, continue to say that God doesn't exist. That's fine. Continue to point out the inconsistencies of the Bible, of the Quran, of the Torah. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't think. However, consider that scenario the next time that you make a video about someone else, about someone else's ideas. And again, it doesn't have to be just a religious situation. It could be, your critique of vegans, your critique of, the organic craze, your critique of any of these people, any kind of belief system where they identify strongly with. Food for thought.